Listeners, we are live from Military Operations Base November in Last Light Tactical, where we have a current dev, that cat Cody, who will be answering a few questions. That cat Cody, the first question that many people would like to know is, what exactly are the plans for the server going forward? Many people were worried about the shutdown of DGT, and worried that will the server take the same turn?
Most likely not, because one of our founders is, well, as you may know, is Friday. He owns this main community server, and I'm also assisting with running the Discord, just as an example.
Okay.
So for Discord situations, that's not going to get kapowed anytime soon, and the main server is not going to be going down anytime soon either, because we have secured funding probably enough to get us to the end of this year. And in terms of what happened at DGT, I cannot speak for that one because I wasn't really present then. I'm kind of, out the loop kind of guy. I don't really know what happened myself.
Well, resources suggest that the owner of DGT actually quit due to mental health reasons, which is of course understandable, as running something this big can take a toll. It's good to know that the server is looking as a bright future, of course. Another question is lack of local law enforcement within the LLT. Many people are, of course, we have the military uniforms and civilian uniforms, yet there seems to be no police, EMT, or firefighters within the server.
Yeah. I mean, it has been brought up once or twice, I believe. I do know that finding good mods to kind of implement, because most mods are kind of bound to either their communities or really are inefficient at performance, I believe there was a few vehicles that we did look at, some police ones, but they weren't ideal in terms of performance. We have, not like it be accessible to the public, but we devs now have access to a test server. So now when we get stuff and we test it on a test server, if that goes through and runs well, then we can move it up for the community. But in terms of police mods, if the community knows any good ones, any good stable ones, by all means, but we're currently can't seem to find any right now, so that'll be up to the community to find them.
Well, that's very noble. ENN has actually gathered up a few resources for police mods, but we'll worry about that off camera. So many people are struggling with lag, even on high-end PCs within the server, making the game almost unplayable at some points. Is there a plan to address this issue?
We are addressing the issue. We're always addressing it every single day. We may not be announcing it in our patch notes every single day, but we've always been addressing it, such as we can look at the zombie spawn rates, the performance. We've tried to put performance mods and stuff like that. Unfortunately, console and how do I put this? So the balancing issue here is that people obviously want a more harder experience versus, just being underwhelmed, right?
Of course.
So we have to try and balance how many zombies we can put in an area before it gets too much. Yes. We obviously don't want to get too much. And the conundrum is between increasing how sturdy they are versus, either making too much or too little, sorry.
Yes.
So in terms of addressing the performance, realistically, this goes back on even now. I don't know when you'll be putting up this video, but
Today.
There is currently a feedback form. So right now we are acting strictly on that feedback form. And whatever we get, we will be acting upon that. Right now, we've got feedback based on the zombie spawns, and they said it was really quite underwhelming. And that's without GM interference, I want to add. So the server, when it runs on its own, and there's not a GM here available.
Okay. Well then, moving on to another question. People seem to be...
Oh, sorry, my mic didn't pick that. I don't know why. But it was also saying that, yeah, we've now increased. Well, in the next patch, we'll be increasing the zombie spawns.
Oh, I see.
So there'll be a bit more. So we'll be testing on how that goes, but it also hits performance, which is kind of the conundrum to your question, you see.
Yes.
It's a very sensitive thing that we gotta, it's constantly based on the feedback of the community, is obviously how we gotta keep tweaking things and make sure that we get it right, versus, you know, we just say, okay, you know, stuff it, let's just make it spawn 1,000 zombies, like, all at once. We
Yes,
can't
of
do
course.
that. So we've got to do it gradually, and based on that sweet spot, that's kind of what we're working with right now. There's a few patches that we're going to be adding as well, because there was a few issues here and there too, which was hitting performance. We have now addressed that. Literally today, we are going to be putting up a patch to hopefully fix all these, and hope that it goes well.
Okay, great. Moving on to the next question, and you've been very helpful, thank you very much. Moving on to the next question, people seem to have a either misunderstanding or no understanding at all of the source of the virus or lore of LLT. Could you provide an insight to that?
I can probably provide a little bit of a snippet. In terms of the lore, to my understanding, is it's Last Light and Last Light Tactical, and it's basically the last, I guess, squad that was available. You know, that was survived against the attacks on certain bases.
I see. Okay, that's understandable. Um, Last but not least, last question. I don't want to take up
Oh,
too much.
sorry. Also should mention. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
My
you're
my
fine.
microphone is terrible. It's also, this group is technically in honor of the previous group. I won't say what that group is, but I'm pretty sure the majority of people know what it is.
Yes.
It was in honor of that group, and that's why it's called the Last Light Tactical. It was a small group of people from that previous group, me included, who decided to come together and build up a community and I guess, well, yeah, just a community and a server in the same spirit of what that was, and to revive and keep that same thing that people knew that previous community for. Because some people really liked it, and obviously unfortunate events happened with that previous community, and I do not blame the owner at all. I understand where he's coming from as a person who's done stuff for many years. The stress and all of that, it can really stack on someone, so I understand why he must have done that. But yeah, in terms of the lore right now, I can't really give too much on it. It is being worked on, and when that will be ready, will probably, I want to say in the next maybe upcoming weeks or so.
Okay.
I'm currently waiting on the owner at the minute,
Yes,
and then that's basically, we'll probably have that ready for you maybe like in a few weeks.
Okay. Last and final statement here, not really a question. ENN, the news network itself, is actually requesting to be officially recognized by Last Light Tactical as the kind of official broadcasting body within it, like Last Light Tactical.
Well, you're talking to the right guy. No, so technically when it comes to official groups, that will have to go through the owner, obviously, because he wants to, you know, do that. But I could definitely find, if you know the people who lead it, or unless you're part of them, I could definitely have a discussion with them. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have a discussion with the owner then after this interview.
Okay.
And I'll take a look at what can be done versus there. I mean, it'd be great to add the press into the lore of the LLT. That'd be nice.
Yes.
And I would say right now, you're carrying yourself very professionally, and I appreciate that a lot. See that in somebody. I've also, just looking at my notes here, so I'm just looking on the side of my notes here, because I have a few stuff I've written down. Friday is also open to collab, so anyone who wants to, you know, reach out to him and stuff like that. Anything regarding, you know, like you said, the press or anyone like wants to collab, then you have to go with the owner. And I can definitely, like us devs, we have obviously relations to that.
Yes.
So we can just go and just forward it straight away.
Okay.
I will also mention some good news. possibly not looking for any super promises, but maybe in the next, I want to say, week, or this week, there was going to be the second server. That's what we're working on too. So
People will be pleased about that. I will say that right now.
yeah.
Um.
Um,
Oh, go ahead.
no, that's it. I was kind of gonna nerd out for like zombie balance changes and all that
Mhm.
stuff that we've been doing in the background, but
Okay. Last but not least, I just want to make it clear that, because I have, of course, I have to read this disclaimer after every interview. Um,
mhm.
Ian has no, Ian is very pro Last Light Tactical and has no malintent to discredit or harm the names of those involved with Last Light Tactical. Um, any and all content posted on YouTube has been given consent to prior to the interview, and we'll also be featuring a Discord link in the description of the video as to give credit to the proper people involved within Last Light Tactical. Did you understand all that?
Yeah, absolutely. Glad I
Okay,
could help.
great. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Live from Operation Base November, reporter Skelly.